Hi there, my name's Barry Gardner and welcome to this short video about what I would personally expect if I was getting my music mastered. So first of all, it's highly likely that you've spent many hours working on your music and tweaking your mix. So personally, I would like to have fresh ears on my mix. I would like it double checked for quality. So number one being clicks and glitches. It would be the objectivity of listening in a room that has better equipment and acoustics than my own, along with experienced ears of a mastering professional. I'd also like basic mix feedback. If I had created an issue in any of my elements in my mixes which would get in the way of a good mastering end result, I'd probably like to know about that before I get my track mastered. And as such, it's a service that I provide for myself. It's included in the price of mastering, so once a mastering job is actually go ahead, you get a free mix appraisal included. The kind of things that might crop up from time to time would be vocal sibilance, vocal pops, kick and bass too loud in the mix, harshness in hi-hats, overall instrumental balance checks and tonal balance checks, double checks on the stereo image and left and right phase relationship. So if there was something out of phase in the mix, then it's very good for you to know about that and to be able to correct it before I master it. And so all of these things are included in a basic mix appraisal, which is included in the price of mastering. You just have to ask for that when you put the payment through and send me files. I would expect my music to be volume optimized for the purposes that I had planned for the music. So for example, for the streaming services, I can optimize music for streaming. And also I can produce very loud masters if required for the more sort of heavier styles of dance music. I can produce good transparent volume increases using compression and limiting. I'm not generally too keen on clipping people's files. I think there are other ways to approach that. That's my own personal way of dealing with very loud masters. So I touched on objectivity in mastering. I'm not deeply involved in your project. I didn't know how the snare was mic'd or how many layers of sounds are in your snare drum. I don't know all the details, so I can approach your track or tracks with fresh ears. I don't know all the tiny little details of your mix and how difficult it was or otherwise. So to be able to bring that objectivity, fresh ears, highly accurate environment in this room, PMC IB1s, lots of bass trapping in this room, it's very accurate, so I can very quickly hear. Things tend to jump out at me and I can quickly hone in and correct problems or come back to you if there's an issue that needs fixing in the mix. I would also expect all those little tweaks to the dynamics, to the tonality of the track, equalization, stereo image tweaks such as mid-side tweaks and any small but remedial multi-band adjustments that might be required, be it dynamic or tonal. All of these add up to a sum that's greater than the parts. I'd also want my music to be presented at its full potential, so when it goes to labels and the listeners, that it really is shining as well as it possibly can do, and that it should translate well across all of the different sound systems that it's going to be played back on. That's very important. In addition, I would want a serious mastering proposition such as analog equipment, digital precision, such as the tools that are on the screen, and I've got 20 years of total audio engineering experience, and that's professional engineering experience, 10 years of which was obtained as a head engineer in a production company based in London, and 10 years solely operating a dedicated mastering service, which is of course Safe and Sound Mastering, which is the current service that I offer. I don't mix on the side as a money spinner. I don't just have small near fields. I do have small near fields. They're the Dynaudio BM6P that you can see. But in addition to those, which are the main mastering monitors, of course, I've got PMC IB1S, and you can see them just over there. They go down to 25 hertz in this room. There's 28 bass traps in the room. You can hear, from this microphone that the room is very well treated. I'm not even that close to the mic. It's got a very linear acoustic, very accurate, flat down to 25 hertz. So whatever I hear out of the PMC-IB ones, I can definitely trust and make those sonic movements on your music to really bring it to its full potential before it's released. So if you would like to work with me, Barry Gardner, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me by email or by telephone. And thanks for watching this short video on what I would personally expect from a mastering engineer if I was sending my music to them. Thanks again. Cheers.